The game the fans have been waiting impatiently for. Now it's almost here, and both teams know they had better be ready as soon as the referee's whistle sounds. A fabulous prospect. It's Athletic Bilbao. They face Arsenal live right here on EA TV. Hello, wherever you're watching from the Spanish Basque region. This is the Estadio San Mamés in Bilbao. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting alongside me, ready to provide all the analysis, is Stuart Robson. And it's the opening contest for the two teams in this Champions League season.
Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory. And after the euphoria, well, I want to say that, I mean, hopefully it was measured. I haven't really been paying attention to much of what's been going on social media since the win over Nottingham Forest on Saturday. But we now head into our new Champions League phase campaign for 25-26, starting with a team that we played very recently in pre-season, Athletic Club in Bilbao on Tuesday. Again, the first thing I should say, kind of the main headline of this is not going to be like pre-season. I can imagine this is going to be a little bit more competitive than that. Also, the fact that it's at their ground as well. I said this, you know, even when Arsenal were in the Europa League, I said there are no easy away fixtures in European football. I always think the away the home team always has a chance, even if you're going to bloody Kazakhstan or wherever, which is where we're going to go. I think we're at home for that one, but let's say we did, I think even that would be a difficult game to circumnavigate, to be honest. Obviously we go into this game with a little bit of momentum. I think start as you mean to go on is sort of my position with this. I know Bilbao are a decent side. They're not exactly one of the best teams in La Liga, but they are definitely a decent side. Well, they're sort of like, you know, in and around the top 4 Europa League positions quite often. But they're, you know, inconsistent for the most part from what I've seen. So, and obviously we beat them in pre-season, but then again, it won't be like pre-season. It's probably going to be a lot more competitive. It's going to be a lot more difficult, and because it's at their ground, obviously their fans will be up for it, and you know, will make it difficult for the Arsenal fans that make the trip out there. The thing I'm really interested to see is something I'm always interested to see when it comes to these cup competitions, more so with the domestic ones than European ones. With the Champions League, you normally see a very similar lineup to what you'd see in the Premier League quite often, and that's with all English clubs rather than just Arsenal. But I'm interested to see with the squad we have now, what Arteta's starting lineup is going to be for this game. I think we might see players like Nkapie play on Tuesday. I think we're probably going to see. Well, to be fair, I think we actually will probably see. Well, Gyokeres has to start because Havertz and Jesus aren't available, so Gyokeres has to start. Again, I'll be interested to see. I actually think Merino might start in this game. I don't think it will be. Well, actually, no. I think that's partially the reason why Rice was rested and didn't come on until later in the second half against Forest, because I think he's going to probably start in the position that Merino was in on Tuesday in Bilbao. You know, they have dangerous players like Nico Williams, who I don't know how he's done so far in the first couple of games in La Liga. But yeah, it's a player that we were very much linked with in the summer transfer window, very early on in the summer transfer window, but that sort of died a death after he signed a contract extension. So there's going to be another season of speculation around him, most probably. I can imagine he's going to end up at somewhere like Barcelona, to be honest, in the summer. After the World Cup, I can imagine he will end up in somewhere in probably Barcelona, most likely. I can't see him coming to England, put it that way. I don't really know how to call it. I think on paper, again, we should probably win this. I don't see us winning it as comfortably as we did against them in pre-season, as I've mentioned. I'm interested to see what Gyokeres does. I think this might be the competition where you see him thrive a bit more, because you're dealing with teams that are a little bit more open and a little bit more less defensively minded, let's say, apart from maybe Inter Milan you're dealing with. So he might get better positions. And again, even though it isn't the end of the world if we drop points in this first game, I think last year we drew with Atalanta away 0-0 the first game, went on to finish third in the league phase, and you know where we ended up. We ended up getting to the semi-final, getting beaten by the eventual champions. So it's not the be all and end all if we do drop points here. Obviously I want us to win, no qualms about that. Obviously I want us to win, but at the same time it's like, if we do draw, there's 7 games to go. The main thing is qualifying, rather than qualifying for that automatic phase and not having to play those 2 games. And I'm going to similar to last season, I'm going to be repeating that phrase a lot. It's more about getting to that automatic phase than having to compete for those playoff positions, because you don't want those extra 2 games. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. As I say, on paper we probably should win, but because it's an away fixture in Europe, it probably will be quite difficult, I can imagine. And again, interested to see what the lineup will be, interested to see what Gyokeres does. And yeah, it'll sort of give us a good idea what we're going to be like in Europe again. I feel like we sort of benefited a lot more from this sort of possession-based football that Arteta likes to play, particularly away from home, more so in the Champions League than we did in the Premier League last season. I mean, we had the injuries as well last season, but still. There's a possibility, actually, that Martin Odegaard could be back, because Arteta said after the Forest game that he's going to try everything he can to be available for Tuesday. But even if he isn't, we've got Waneri there, we've got Marino, so we'll see how it goes. I suppose we'll see what comes out. This is why I'm saying I'm interested to see what the lineup is. And yeah, if we can win this game, it's good momentum going into Manchester City. I didn't want to record this until after the Manchester Derby earlier on. I'm recording this on the Sunday. This will probably go out on the Monday, the day before the game, the Bilbao game. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see anything. I'll obviously talk more about this in the preview for Man City, but I didn't see anything that stood out to me as like, oh, I need to be worried. I think this is the first time, since City have become the juggernaut that they've become, where I feel like, I said this when we beat them 5-1 last season, the phrase that there's a phrase from a film. Those of you that are film fans may or may not have seen it. It's a classic kids film. The animation, DreamWorks animation, The Road to El Dorado, and there's a scene where the priest, the high priest of the Mayan people, I think it's the Mayans, realizes that Tulio and Miguel are human, because they land in this, and the people think they're gods and stuff like that. And he says, the phrase he uses is, "Gods don't bleed." And that's basically how I feel about Man City now. I feel like they're no longer this immortal, unbeatable force that they used to be. I think we can get at them. It's just that, if everything manages to click, that's the only thing. But we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Haaland looks like he's in good scoring form. Scored 2 today against United. United had their moments, but it was kind of similar to the game against us, but it wasn't like, they weren't as good as they were against us. They looked I wasn't surprised how they were going to play against us, but I was also like, okay, yeah, they might be all right this season. I felt like they were just, yeah, there's just nothing to them. You know, they had Sesko, Ahmad, and Mbumo up front, and Mbumo looked like the only player that looked like he was doing anything. They were absolutely destroyed in midfield. Obviously, they've got the goalkeeping problems. Yeah, they just didn't really put up a fight. They made, you know, essentially what Guardiola did is just caught them on the break 3 times, and they got that 3-0 win, you know. But City don't look that impressive. They don't look as, you know, dangerous as they used to compared to Liverpool. You know, well, Liverpool is a little bit different. Like, Liverpool won 1-0 against Burnley today. Stupid mistake from Hannibal gave them a penalty in the last minute, which Salah converted. And, you know, I didn't actually watch the whole game. I only watched the last 10 minutes. And it seemed like Burnley had them under control. It was just one moment of madness where, you know, Hannibal decides to put his arms out to block a ball and lead to the handball decision. I feel like they've just been jammy so far, Liverpool, this season. And if they win the league, I wouldn't be surprised if it is through jammy, because again, they don't look. I'm not saying that we look amazing, but I don't necessarily think they look as threatening as they did last season so far. But, you know, things can change. We're only 4 games in. But anyway, back to Bilbao. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. As I say, on paper, we should probably win this game, but it will be very, very different to the pre-season game we had in July. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Enjoy the rest of this simulation. I will be back again after the game on Tuesday. Until then, take care and stay safe.
Remember to like and subscribe, and also follow Dan on social media. All the information is in the description below.
Failing to hit the target. Good effort though. Well, there was impending danger, but he's atoned for the error.
Well, he's made up for what was a really big error there. He's a lucky boy.
Sunset. Kuruseta. Has a go! Well, really rifling that one in, and he didn't miss by much. Subimendi. Viktor Gyokeres. Madueke. It's with Erdogan. Marino. Can he finish? My goodness, that save. Fully stretched he was. One for his own highlights reel. Well, they are committed to making the substitution here. Happy to take on the shot, and that, a piece of goalkeeping you're going to see again and again and again. And he's fired over the corner, not away completely.
Well, as we can see, Arsenal have dominated the ball in the last 15 minutes, and they've created chances. It just now needs one of those chances to be taken, but you feel it's coming.
Well, that's right, and unusually they don't have the ball on this occasion. Determined defending. Oh, big opportunity. What a magical save it was. And time for the change now. But he's gone short with it. He read the situation defensively and did his job. 15 minutes left for play. And Athletic Club will get the throw in. Moving the ball forward with purpose, but quick thinking defensively.
Well, not much time left now, and these supporters are doing everything they can to get their team over the finish line. What an atmosphere.
Arsenal could be onto something. And snuffed out the danger immediately. Yuri Bertice. Sunset. And fed forwards. And a good challenge to bring that attack to an end.
Well, you can tell what the fans think of that decision. They're certain it should have been a penalty.
Almost the chance they could get caught out on the break here. Electing to shoot, and almost the ideal counter-attack, but no reward in the end.
Well, breathtaking football, but not the finish to match.
And they're making a change. Time and the scoreline against Arsenal, but still they're in this. No chance perhaps. And the goalkeeper covered a lot of ground to push that away from danger. Danger here as he runs at them. In with a chance. Oh, did so well to deny him. Well, having been awarded the corner, they'll no doubt look to put the issue beyond all doubt. The full-time whistle and disappointment for Arsenal on match day one. A very poor start to their Champions League season.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed. It's an uphill battle if you don't get anything from your opening game. It really comes down to how they bounce back now. Vital we see a better performance next time out.
Well, we're highlighting him for a reason, Stuart. He's put in a really authoritative performance here.
Well, he gave them a really hard time, didn't he? His speed of thought was excellent, and he took the winning goal so well. He was brilliant today.
Remember to like and subscribe, and also follow Dan on social media. All the information is in the description below.